Front, big statement coming in from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has warned of consequences of any strikes into Russia. But at the same time, he has also hit back at the US after Trump's sanctions on Russian oil. He has said that sanctions won't affect Russia's economy and described them as an unfriendly act that doesn't strengthen its relations with the United States. That is the pitch that's come in from Vladimir Putin. A defiant note coming in after Trump's sanctions on Russian oil, which will significantly hit global oil supplies across the world, ladies and gentlemen. Given the fact that India and China are the biggest consumers of Russian oil, what we are learning is that there could be a 5% drop when it comes to global oil that comes from Russia. And I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. So Siddhant, given the fact that everyone is expecting oil prices to shoot up across the globe, Putin, unfazed by what has happened by Donald Trump, calling it an unfriendly act, but also maintaining it won't affect the economy.
Well, that's right. In fact, last time around, what we got to read from American media, what we got to hear from the American media was that United States wanted to offer sanction waiver to Russia in exchange for a ceasefire. Perhaps that was the deal on the tables during the Alaska summit. But Russia, which has already been, which is already under heavy sanction from the United States, perhaps was expecting that if the talks collapse, this would result in more sanctions on Russia, especially Russian oil. So they were definitely be preparing for the consequences, since there was no response from the Russian side after the Alaska summit. And this time around, again, there was a telephonic conversation between President Putin and President Trump. But that also did not result in any meeting, which was expected to take place in Hungary. In fact, Secretary Rubio was supposed to meet Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. That also did not happen. So definitely Russia was prepared for this. And in fact, this is the first response coming from President Putin, where he says that this will have no significant impact on our economic well-being. And he said that our position is to have a dialogue than confrontation. So that's the first statement coming from President Putin. Perhaps definitely it's going to hit the Russian economy, but he's not ready to accept that. And then he kind of trying to send a message out that it will not impact them, and they are fully prepared for this.
Right, so trying to prop up the optics in the wake of the Trump sanctions. Thank you, Siddhant, for decoding that for us. Shifting focus back home to some more news that's